Imagine doubting this Barca team. Imagine thinking that this team was just going to roll over and accept defeat. If you thought that, then you simply have not watched Barcelona this season under the Flickinator. Because this team, I've said it throughout the whole year, I'm going to say it again today. Say it with me, everybody, in unison. This Barca team is different, and they prove it every single week. Finally, Hansi Flick gets a much-deserved win over Cholo Simeone and Atletico Madrid. There should be 3 this year, but you know what? We'll be happy with 1. And we're going to beat them again in the same stadium in the Copa del Rey semifinal, and it'll be 2 at that point. But finally, Barca get a win over Atletico Madrid. Revenge is a dish best served cold, and that dish today tasted amazing. Like grandma's cooking, man. I'm so happy. My grandma doesn't cook, but if she did, I'm sure it would taste the same way. But anyway, Barca, like I said, 4-2 win at the Wanda Metropolitano over Atletico Madrid. It would have been disastrous if Barca did not get that win. Thank God Barca got the win, because Atletico Madrid, as we know, played on Wednesday, we played on Tuesday. They had a 120-minute match, a fucking emotional roller coaster of a game against Real Madrid, and we had a comfortable win against Benfica where the second half was basically a formality. So they had less rest. Emotionally, they're spent, obviously, because of the whole Julian Alvarez situation with the penalty and stuff like that, and we're coming off, obviously, a very uplifting win. So again, everything was, Barca had to win this game. We were the healthier team, we were the fresher team, we were the team with the better morale coming into it. So again, if Barca would have lost this game, it would have been disastrous, but Barca did not lose this game. Why waste our time talking about hypotheticals? Barca won the game. Doesn't matter how they did it, and they did it in an amazing fashion, in my opinion. They showed resilience, they showed fight, and they showed why this team is so different this year. They showed that character that we've seen throughout the whole year. I love this team so much. And Barca, by the way, still undefeated in the calendar year 2025. Not a single team has beaten Barcelona since the year started. I'm so happy, man. But again, Barca got the win like they should have, because if they lost that game, it would have been disastrous. I don't care that it was away from home. Barca had to get that win, and they did it. And the first half was kind of sloppy. I'm not going to lie. The first half was very sloppy. Our midfield was getting dominated. Like, everybody was playing poorly in our midfield. Olmo did not have a good first half. Casado had a terrible first half. Pedri did not have a good first half either. Our front line was doing nothing except for Lamine Yamal, who had a chance early in the game. He just sent it wide. Our back line was decent, but not great. But neither team were creating clear-cut chances. Both keepers had really nothing to do in that first half. And then, right before halftime, Robert Lewandowski misses a golden chance. A golden chance. 1-on-1 with the keeper, and he shoots it fucking to like the 15th row. I think it grazed the post, but still, not a good finish from Robert Lewandowski. And right from there, Atletico Madrid go on the counter-attack. Griezmann finds Juliano with a great ball across the pitch. Juliano then finds Julian Alvarez, which, by the way, I'm not a big fan of Giuliano Simeone. I think he's not a great player, but that ball, he could have easily shot their first time or just finished himself. And the awareness and the unselfishness to find Julian Alvarez for that goal, it was a very well-worked goal from Atletico Madrid, and they had the 1-0. And I was so pissed because I was like, bro, Lewa, you had it right there, bro. You had it right there. We had the clearest chance of the first half, and you missed it. And right then and there, they go and take advantage of that miss. And then for parts in the second half, again, Barca were not playing well. We came out in the second half still looking flat, in my opinion. Still looking flat. The back line was here and there. I mean, they were the high line wasn't working as well as I thought it was going to work. Our midfield, again, Casado wasn't playing well. Pedri was not his usual self. Like, nothing seemed to be working. And then in the 70th minute, Sorloth scores, because of course he fucking does. Because it seems like every time that guy comes up against Barcelona, he turns into, I don't know, prime Zlatan or something. He scores once again. Another well-worked goal once again from Atletico Madrid. In my opinion, that goal should not have counted though. That should have been a foul in the build-up, because the ball hits it with his hand. It's a very clear handball. What are the referees looking at? Isn't that what VAR was implemented for? Isn't that why they put VAR in football in the first place, for plays like that? That's clearly a handball. And granted, the goal was great. The defending from Barca was not particularly great either. Okay, Inigo Martinez does not hold that high line, but still, that should never have counted. That should have been a handball. And as you guys know, I'm not one to sit here and talk about the refs. I rarely ever do it. Whether I'm talking about Barca or Madrid or Atletico or any team, I don't really sit here and talk about the refs. I think it's stupid. But that should have clearly been a handball, and that goal should not have counted. And you're seeing it in VAR. How do you not? Like, what are you looking at? What are you waiting for? But again, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and complain, because we were down 2-0. And Barca kind of deserved to be down 2-0 at that point, because again, they were not playing well. Was Atletico Madrid overwhelming us? No, but again, Barca were not taking their chances, and the build-up was sloppy, and we were missing Frankie de Jong, honestly. I think that team was missing Frankie de Jong, who was in the starting lineup, but then got taken out, I'm pretty sure, because of discomfort. But we saw how much this team, at times, needs Frankie de Jong and his ball carrying and his help in the build-up and his work off the ball as well, because Barca were getting killed off the ball, in my opinion. And Casado wasn't working that well. But anyway, 2-0 down. Barca, in my opinion, were getting, like, it was a clear robbery at that point because that goal should not have counted. But anyway, 2-0 down, 70th minute, away from home in a hostile environment against a great team. And this game is very, very important for the league. Hansi Flick brings in Eddie Garcia, and he brings in Ferran Torres. At the time, I did not understand the Eddie Garcia sub. I kind of still don't. But whatever, it worked out. And then Robert Lewandowski, who missed that chance, like I mentioned in the first half, comes back and scores a banger. Thanks to Lewa, we won this game. That finish was impeccable. That pass from Inigo Martinez was great, and to chest it down from Lewandowski, and that finish, I mean, he misses the easy ones, but he scores those. I don't get it. He misses the easy ones, but he scores those, and that was a great goal. Great goal. I was going to sit here and flame Lewandowski today because of that miss if Barca lost this game, but you know what? He did his job today. He got a goal, and it was a great goal. It wasn't a tap, and it wasn't a penalty. It was a great goal, and all credit to Lewandowski for getting Barca back into this game. Once that goal went in, we know this team. If Barca, that's the second time this year, they've been down 2-0 against Atletico Madrid, and both times they came back. So once Barca got that momentum, then the goals just started flowing. And then Rafinha, farming those GA for the Ballon d'Or push. We'll be there, man. We will be there when Rafinha wins the Ballon d'Or. Sends in the cross, a beautiful cross to Ferran Torres, and Ferran the Shark, who came off the bench, makes an impact once again. One of the best impact subs in Europe this season, Ferran Torres. Look up the numbers. I'm not sure if the numbers back it up, but anyway, look him up. Because he's been that guy this year. And Rafinha, who didn't have a great game in my opinion, his La Liga form has been kind of shaky over the past couple weeks or even a month. But whatever, with the great cross and Ferran, man, to put it past Oblak, who's having a great year. And 2-2. And then, Lamine Yamal shoots from outside of the box. Reinildo, it deflects off his abdomen or something, and it goes into the back of the net. 3-2, Lamine Yamal takes off his shirt. He's happy, he's sliding, gets a yellow card. Who gives a fuck? Barca are up 3-2, man. And keep in mind, guys, this game was 2-0. Barca were down 2-0 in the 70th minute, and to bring it back to 3-2, and then finally the last goal of the game, Barca won the ball high up the pitch in Atletico Madrid territory, and Ferran Torres gets a brace today, man. Ferran Torres with a brace. Got a brace off the bench against Dortmund, gets a brace today off the bench against Atletico Madrid. This guy, oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, bro. Great game. I'm super happy. This team is still undefeated this season. Cholo Simeone, you can suck on that. I'm not even joking. Midway through this game, I was like, Barca have to call Xavi and just give him a contract to coach the Atletico Madrid games. Only manage the games against Cholo Simeone, because Xavi against Atletico Madrid was fucking amazing. He was like the best manager of all time. He was like prime Jose against Atletico Madrid. And Hansi Flick, for some reason, couldn't beat them. It seemed like Hansi Flick was going to lose or draw to them once again. So I was like, you know what, let's call up Xavi. Hansi Flick can be the manager for every game except for the Atletico Madrid games. And then Hansi Flick, of course, proved me wrong. Of course he did, because the Flickinator is a beast, man. Don't ever doubt this man. His subs might seem weird at the time, but they always seem to work out somehow, some way. Super happy, bro. And this team is, oh my god, they're so resilient, bro. They show so much fight. Szczesny today, in my opinion, obviously concedes 2 goals. Both goals not really his fault. I mean, there's really nothing he can do. I think for the most part, he was very good. He gave us security. I think most Barca fans now are very secure with Szczesny between the posts. Again, he conceded 2 goals. I don't think you can necessarily blame both of them on him. I think the Barca backline just completely, I mean, they just fell apart for those 2 goals. But again, Szczesny allows 2. But I think overall he was decent. I think his build-up play and his sweeper abilities were very, very good today. The backline, Inigo didn't have his best game today. I think he was, like, he's usually been so good at holding that high line, and today, in my opinion, he wasn't as great at it, but he made some huge plays. I think he had some huge moments in this game, and obviously had the pass for the Robert Lewandowski goal, so I think Inigo overall had a really, really good performance again. It wasn't his best, but he was really good still. Balde had a decent game. Atacunde was a little bit shaky, but was good, and Kubarsi wasn't his best, but I thought he was decent too. I think the 2 fullbacks weren't as great, but I think the center backs were fairly decent today. Again, those 2 goals, the defense kind of collapsed, but you know, it's fine. And then the midfield, Olmo didn't have a good game in my opinion. Pedri wasn't the Pedri that we've seen over the past couple months, but he's been, I mean, he was still really, really good. The best midfielder on the pitch in my opinion. And Casado, it's weird, man, because everybody, Barca fans are so reactionary sometimes, and I know that might seem fucking, like, that might seem hypocritical, sorry, coming from me, because people probably think I'm really reactionary, and I get that, you know what I mean, but I think with Casado, people are just like, if he has one good game, everybody's like, oh my god, he's the best DM ever in the world, and if he has a couple bad games, or Frankie replaces him in the starting 11, everybody says, you see, this is why Casado belongs in Barca B. Like, come on, man, this is still the guy that we saw for the first half of the year before Frankie got into the team, dominate, bro. He was one of the best DMs in Europe, so now we're going to act like he's no good because he has a couple bad games and he's not a starter anymore. Like, let's be for real. Casado's still a class player. Now, today wasn't his best game. Off the ball, I thought he was a bit lost and he lost the ball in possession a couple times. But let's not go overboard with the whole Casado thing, man. he does his job and he does it well. When he needs to play, again, today wasn't maybe his best, but for the most part, he's really, really good. I thought Rafinha didn't have his best game, but you know what? He got an assist anyway and came up big when the team needed him most, which he's done throughout the whole year. Lewandowski didn't have a good first half. Overall, I thought he was not great and his hold-up play was terrible, but man, he got that goal, and like I said, it's because of him that Barca were able to win this game. If Lewandowski doesn't score that goal, Barca don't find a way to get back into this game. So shout out to Robert Lewandowski, who, I mean, that goal, that could have saved our season almost, honestly. I'm not being hyperbolic. That goal could have saved our season. I understand that Barca would have still been, like, Barca could have still taken a lead with the game in hand, but still, man, you need to win those games. Now that's basically putting Atletico Madrid out of the title race, basically. So, huge goal from Lewa. And then Lamine Yamal got a goal, and I thought he was the best attacker for Barca today. Again, should have had a goal in that first half. Was just wide, and his finishing needs working on it. I wish he would cross the ball more, honestly. I wish he would just cross the ball a little bit more sometimes, because his crosses are great. But still, Lamine got it done. And yeah, bro, what else can I say? I'm looking at my notes here. And yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say. The first half was just, I was not pleased with the first half, and I don't think any Barca fan was pleased with the first half, because again, we're missing chances, and that chance that Lewandowski missed, that it leads right to the Atletico Madrid goal, it was so infuriating. It was so infuriating. And then the second goal, Sorloth once again, to watch this fucking guy score against us once again. And again, in my head, I'm saying, we look like the team that played 120 minutes. Why is our midfield so lethargic? Why are they outrunning us? That was so weird to watch, because this Hansi Flick team, we've had bad games this year, but one thing you can't say about this team is that they lack intensity and lack fight. But it seemed like we were lacking fight in such a big game. It was so uncharacteristic of Barcelona this season, because usually in the big games under the Flickinator, that's when Barca have risen to the occasion, and today was kind of different. But again, you just gotta let this team, this team is like a bad haircut sometimes. Like at first it looks bad, but then you gotta let it marinate. And when it marinates, oh my God, look at this. This team is like, it's like dating a 10 out of 10. I'm not speaking from experience. I've never dated a 10 out of 10. But I'm guessing if somebody did, you know what I mean? You would just want to tell everybody about it. Look at this girl that I'm dating. I feel the same way with Barca. You know, it's like, I want to show everybody how good this team is. I want to go to the grocery store and tell the fucking cashier, have you seen Barcelona play recently? And if he says, I don't watch soccer, I'll be like, yo, you know what? You got to get on this shit, man, because this team is going to change your life. It's going to change your life. You think getting off drugs is going to change your life? No, it's going to be watching this Barca team. So again, I assume it's the same way when you're dating a really, really attractive person. You probably want to show the whole world. Again, not speaking from experience, but I'm assuming it's like that. So yeah, bro, I'm happy. I'm happy. Still undefeated in 2025. There's no better team in Europe. Liverpool lost the EFL Cup final today. And I think we now have the most consistent and best team in Europe this season has been Barcelona. And nobody can tell me otherwise. Nobody can tell me otherwise. And yeah, man, Hansi Flick, I love you. This team is amazing. Dude, 2-0 down in the 70th minute and you come back and win that game 4-2. You understand how, do you understand how amazing that is for Barcelona to be able to do that? That was not the norm for us in the past. And it's a good team. Again, I understand they played a day later than us and they played 120 minutes, and emotionally they're probably spent after that loss to Real Madrid. But whatever, man. We got the win. Barca got the win. And yeah, man, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What do you think of the game? Were you shitting your pants? Were you clenching your ass? Another ass clencher, by the way, from Barca, because we got to have one of those at least once a week. An ass clenching performance. But you know what? It's fine. Once again, 2-0 down to Atletico Madrid. And once again, they come back. And this time, they actually win the game. And win it by 2 goals, too, man. It wasn't like a 3-2 or... Like, they didn't tie. They didn't just draw the game or win 3-2. No, they won by 2 goals. Amazing, man. Amazing, yeah. But you guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts, your player ratings, all that good stuff down there. I'd love to hear it. I love reading that stuff from you guys after a game like this, especially because these games, man, it started off boring and kind of dull, but damn, it picked up. And I'm super happy it went the way it did and it ended the way it did. But yeah, man, I love every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.